Welcome back to
Catharsis.
Cthulhu. This is first time we've played since a little hiatus, but hopefully, due to some schedule changing, we'll be back on track, baby. This is chapter 7, Ashes and Eversprout. We start with humming. A gentle scraping of a golden but tarnished spoon as it rotates on the gold rim of a teacup. A painted china cup is brought to a set of lips, the same shade of red as the blood they are sipping. The teacup is settled back onto its saucer, an eyeball looking up at the drinker as it bobs in the sanguine syrup. A hand gently hovers over its options on a tea tray. That was my phone, I apologize. Maybe a scone. The hand takes a scone laden with dead flies and beetles in its greenish batter. She cuts it in half and spreads a bloody jam across it with a knife that is too large for the task. She takes a bite and finds herself dissatisfied. It's missing something. She then spots on the tea tray living moss creatures, puffballs, huddled and terrified in cupcake holders.
Are these the asters?
That bitch.
No! I'm gonna kill her.
She
You
grins.
cannot kill the asters. They're too cute. She's gonna die.
She grins,
You're gonna die.
her teeth speckled with red. Crunch. That hits the spot. Your Majesty, may I come in? Yes, stupid girl, you may. The tiger lily witch enters the chamber looking distressed as she curtsies, eyes on the ground.
She's so cute. It's Mirabelle.
I suspect you saw what I saw. Of course. I see everything you see. We established that. The queen slurps up a worm. So, you know that the beast got out? Oh, I do. This doesn't upset you? The queen laughs hideously. No, it might have upset City, but she's still resting. So, are we just gonna let it wander? Oh no, he already has a tamer. The queen begins to pick at her teeth with her fingernails. You're the one who let it out in the first place. The queen smirks at her. Took everyone long enough to notice he stopped his wretched howling. But why? The queen tilts her head at the witch. Better question. Why not? Besides, she looks out the broken window with much deviousness. I think I finally broke in my new favorite beastie. And she sips her teacup of blood once more. The curse is thick in the air. The undead are crawling their way through the chamber. The ancient turtle, Valkyrian Mausolith, once called Master, reaches for you, Gwilla. Eye sockets empty, but glowing green. That stuff doesn't belong to you, thief. Everyone roll initiative.
Here we go.
Ooh. All right. Lilith, what did you get?
15.
15 for Lilith. Gwilla, what did you get?
I got 9.
9 for Gwilla. Eliana.
16.
16 for Eliana. Paeris.
Also 16.
Ooh. Do rock, paper, scissors for me real quick.
Okay, that was scissors for both. And Zoe got paper, Mary Jo got rock. And Mary Jo has just a shocked expression on her face.
How could you?
She's the rogue. You're a druid.
It makes sense that it was a rock. It's okay.
I like to think of Paris just being naturally gifted at rock, paper, scissors.
Because they cheat. I don't know how, but they cheat.
It's like an incredibly fast sleight of hand. You just don't notice it.
My God. All right. The first one to go is the master. After the master it will be Paeris.
We're talking about me? Oh, never mind.
After Paeris, it will be Eliana. So, Mary Jo, you are after Zoe.
Cool.
After Eliana, it will be Lilith. So, Jillian, you are after Mary Jo. And after Lilith, it will be Gwilla. Gwilla, it will be after Jillian. And after you, it will be the minions, the baddies. Oh my god, I didn't roll for nameless.
Very important.
He got a 1, so it's perfect.
The baddie themselves.
The baddie themselves got a nat 1.
In a bad roll.
So, this guy, so who is who? Just so I know. That's Paeris, that's Gwilla, that's Ellie, and that's Lilith. And, you guys are surrounding Nameless, protecting them. You guys are so nice.
We need to protect the Blorbo.
I'm using them as a meat shield.
I didn't intend to protect them, although I guess I will.
I am the tanky cleric, so I was in the front, but it felt
It feels appropriate.
from last time.
Alrighty, here we go. That does not hit, but the master tries to basically open fist you, like hit you. I want you to know it would have been especially terrifying if he hit you just now because he has sharpened talons, this turtle, and a skeleton. He's gonna try to go for you again though.
Oh.
And he flops that as well. What the fuck, dude? You're supposed to be cool. Also, he's supposed to be closer to you. That's good. Yeah.
Wait, I forgot. I have the water armor on. I put it on last time.
Yeah, you do.
I forget how much AC that adds. Is it 2 plus?
Yes, so actually your AC is 18. The master has gone, but he's going to kind of go, give me the stirrups! Get them! And all of the little minions are going to move on their turn. Paeris, it is your turn.
Ew. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of walk up to this argument thingy thing that's going on here. Let me think.
The
So
confrontation.
yes, it's
Round
25.
space.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna 15.
Cool.
And I'm just gonna walk up to Mr. Turtle Man and be like, well, I'm gonna test Tasha's hideous laughter. I'm gonna be like, hey, look at me. Wiggly, wiggly arms. I am
Now, do I have to make a wisdom saving throw? Is that how that spell works?
I do believe. Let me see.
Somebody can Google it, maybe.
Yeah, I have it right here, so I'll let you know.
Oh, here we go. Target must succeed in a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated.
Does a 17 make it?
I assume so. Yeah, mine is 11, so.
You say wiggly arms, and he blinks at you, even though he has no eyelids anymore. It's just the light of his eyes blinking.
Paeris is gonna be like, okay, it didn't work, but that was an effective distraction. Somebody else go. I'm actually gonna use my extra movement.
Cool.
I'm just gonna.
You gonna flank him?
Sure, let's do that.
Oh. So to flank him, you have to get all the way over here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And is that your turn? What?
I think so.
That was good. That was good thinking, though. He just happened to say.
It'll get better.
Ellie, do you have a marker I can use? Because I have an area of effect that I would like to chuck. Alright, I'm gonna cast Spike Growth.
Ooh, what's that?
Spike Growth. Ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range, twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. The transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a wisdom save, or they don't recognize the terrain as hazardous.
Okay, cool. So draw me the area you're casting.
So it's a 20-foot radius. So that's 5 squares, so 10 squares across.
Yeah.
1, 2,
No,
I go in
wait. How many?
20.
20. But each square is
5.
5. So
5, 10, 15, 20. So 4. Sorry.
Yeah.
4. Is this walkable water?
no.
They can't go in the water.
They can swim through it.
Okay.
Also, they're skeletons. They're not as hindered as you would be going through water.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just kidding. Okay, so if you walk through it, 2d4 piercing damage.
Cool. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, we'll move on to Lilith.
Ooh, I'm so glad you did because this is make it even cooler. So Lilith is going to start by using her bonus action to use Radiant Soul.
Oh, cool. So
And now
brings her up.
She brings her up. She's now going to move. I think she has 30.
Do you want to explain what this looks like to our audience?
Yeah. So Lilith the wings just pop out and she just bursts up, and then glides.
What do the wings look like?
Oh, right. This is the first time she's done it. This is the first time.
Yeah.
So
Give her the Winx Club treatment.
yeah. So if anyone is familiar with the show / comic book Witch, it's kind of like that kind of almost butterfly-esque insectoid type of wing, very fairy-esque. And of course they are purple and blue. And they're vaguely butterfly shaped, but a little bit like more angular.
Yeah.
So she's just gonna zoom over. So 5, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Perfect. She's flying up over the spikes, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, Lilith is going to use mirror image.
Weird.
And what are you going to do with that?
3 illusory duplicates of yourself appear in my space. Until the spell ends, the duplicates move with me and mimic my actions, shifting position so it's impossible to track which image is real. And every time a creature targets Lilith with an attack during the spell's duration, I'll roll a d20. They have to roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of my duplicates instead. If the attack hits, the duplicate is destroyed.
Oh, cool.
And at that point, Lilith is going to say, "Hey, come and get me."
I love this.
So now, if the skeletons try to go through here to get to Lilith, they'll be taking damage from Ellie's spell, and then I'll be relatively safe.
That is excellent teamwork. You guys got so capable. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yay!
Ah, excellent.
Sorry it took me so long to draw my circle.
My turn. I want to go have some dramatic flair in this moment. Since I had to switch things up, not being the first to go. But right next to myself, because that's the turtle, right?
Yes, that's the master.
The master. Basically, after he missed my staff, I was gonna pull it up and be like, "You had your time with it. It's moved on." And then I'm going to slam it down and like kind of whisper an inaudible spell, like kind of like out into the ether. And I'm going to summon Guardian of Faith right next to me.
Shit.
So that we can double fight him.
Are you going to add a little guy to the board as your spirit
I will use I'll use one of these guys that I don't need to use much. It'll be this one.
Yes. Love
Right.
that for you. Is that all you're doing on your turn?
That was an action. I haven't moved yet. But basically how this works with the Guardian is that a large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space of your choice. So I chose it to be in the unoccupied space next to me.
And what does your spiritual guardian look like?
It is basically a large... it's kind of like a guardian of the forest sort of entity that wields some form of weapon and shield that has the Wild Mother symbol on it.
I love that.
And they have basically like some sort of very swerved S-like horns that come out that are dragon-like.
You do love those, don't you?
And it has very squirrel-like, talon-like hands that are still humanoid.
Ooh, if Pete Moss had a mega evolution.
And they do have a tail. The tail goes from being like furry and extends out really large and almost becomes slightly reptilian at the tip.
Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. Now, can your guardian attack on this turn, or does it have to be the next one?
I was trying to clarify that. It said any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn. must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. The creature will take 20 radiant damage on a failed save. Otherwise, half on a successful one.
Radiant damage is double to these guys.
Yeah. Well, he just got an 8. So roll me damage.
Let's go.
Alright, well, so he's undead, and it does double damage on
Yes,
them.
ma'am.
And typical damage is 20 on a failed save.
Yes, ma'am.
So, freaking 40 damage.
How did you roll 20 damage?
My God. Wait,
Or is it 40 or is it
automatically
You roll a
20?
d20?
I think it's on a
How do I open this?
on a turn, so I don't know if it's yet or if it's when he has to take his next turn.
Oh, it's on the master's turn. So not yet.
Yep, so next turn, that's what
Yeah, when the master tries to approach you, he will either take damage or not take damage, depending. But that's excellent. Is that your turn?
Yeah, for the time being, we're gonna take stance and we're gonna fight him because they seem to have this area covered right now.
Awesome. So it's the baddie's turn. First things first, they're the realist. They're gonna try and hit Lilith. How much damage do they take moving in the thing, Mary Jo?
2d4 per square.
Okay, do you roll that damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that guy moved 2 squares.
So 4d4. More dice. 4. 8. 9. 11.
Yes! He is barely standing.
Yay!
Barely. And his friend isn't gonna learn his other friend's lesson.
Yay!
He's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
5. 4. 4, 8. 10. 14. One more, right? 15.
Crumples. As he walked through here, just parts of his bones get stuck on the spikes as he's... It's just sheer determination. And his skull is just hanging on a branch before the lights go... And
You should watch out for the thorns.
This guy's still gonna try to attack Lilith, so what does he have to roll to see if he hits you?
So the double's AC is 12, and if it hits the double, it disappears.
Okay.
Wait, why?
Wait, no, it's
see if it's just gonna disappear.
Wait, no, let me just see because the card.
If it dies, it just.
Yeah, no, the card says. So what happens is, if it hits me, I must roll a 6 or higher to change the attack's target to a duplicate.
How do we know it hits you, though?
Just use my AC.
Oh, okay. Does a dirty 21 hit?
Yes, but
No, fuck you.
but I'm kind of glad I did. So where does Hellish Rebuke kicks in before or after he attacks?
It is when he's made contact.
Okay, so he has to attack first.
Alright. That is 5 bludgeoning damage.
Total?
Yep.
Okay. Lilith is just gonna say, I don't think so. And she does Hellish Rebuke, which is Dex saving throw for you.
Yep. 18? Dirty 18.
Let me see. I think that does make it. However, it takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay.
So let me roll my d10. That's a 0 on this die. So
Okay,
that's
10.
So that's a 10. And then another one. An 8, 18 half is 9.
So Lilith goes, I don't think so. And there wasn't much left to this skeleton to begin with, but you just see... And even the spell that Ellie casts gets a little, like, singed. like some of those thorns. It's just a crater.
Impolite.
And this little treasure chest also gets a little burnt. And Nameless goes, watch the goods.
Ellie's over here like, the goods are fine.
I mean, yeah. But those two. Anyway, so this guy is thinking about it. he wisens up. He's like, maybe not that way. And he's gonna go 5, 10, 15. And he's a little hindered. Otherwise, he'd make more movement, but the water slowed him down. These guys are gonna go around because they're smart.
Bitch.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay.
What is this?
That's a bench.
Cool.
That's the bench that Val and the Master were hanging out on.
You goddamn bitch.
It is now Nameless's turn. Wow, you guys are so capable. I feel so protected. I'm gonna stay back here. Now, before you say I'm a coward, I have a suggestion spell tattooed into my back, and I can't fight unless somebody hurts me. So, I'll be back here.
Paeris is gonna be like, then get over here and get hurt.
I was gonna say, I'd like to bonk. Does it have to be the person that hurt them?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then. Otherwise, I'd be like,
I'll be back here. You guys are capable.
I think we'll be able to handle this at this point.
Resurrect me if I die.
Okay. Or I'll just talk to your spirit for fun.
Don't do that.
Okay.
I don't like that idea.
It is now the Master's turn. And he's gonna go for Gwilla. Oh wait, he takes damage, right? Or I have to roll for it, right?
Yeah, here. I'll look at it real quick again. Yeah, so it's within range.
Yep.
He must succeed on a dexterity saving throw on his turn.
Okay.
If in range of the creature starting off, and if he fails, he takes 20 plus half.
Well, that was 6.
Okay, so he failed.
Yep. And he takes 20.
Okay, so yeah, you said it would be double the amount of damage they take. Or how does it work in this case?
Why is it double again? Oh, because he's undead.
Yeah, and this is radiant.
Yeah. Okay.
So would you say, so does that mean that the 20 is doubled, or is it a different formula?
Yeah, the 20's doubled. So he goes to hit you, and instantly just your guardian radiates the crap out of him. He's like, and I'm not dying in real life. I'm fine. He's still gonna try to hit you because he's determined. Does a 20 hit?
Does a 20 hit?
It's a dirty 20 though, so it's not double damage.
Oh, against AC?
Against your AC.
Yeah, because I have 18.
Okay. So that's a 9. That's a 1. And another 1. So that's 11 points of AoE damage. He's gonna try to hit you again. Does an 18 hit? Meets
well,
it, beats it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so then yeah.
It's 2, 30, 5, and 8. 13.
19 in total. Oh,
So
13 plus 11.
13 plus 11 is 24.
okay.
So you take 24. You guys see this turtle just like a kung fu master, just drilling into your stone. And you almost feel like some of it does chip off, and you get a little bit of a scratch on your cheek. And it does. You guys do see a little bit of green poking out now. Here.
Oh.
Oh no.
Is there still stone on my throat?
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
It is now Paeris' turn.
Yes, it is.
And after Paeris, it will be Ellie. And after Ellie, it will be Lilith. And after Lilith, it will be Gwilla.
Okay,
Just a question really quick before I choose. I have a couple of options.
Yeah.
My first question is, if I were to try and cast a spell that he would have to succeed at a wisdom saving throw in response, because he's a turtle, does he have a really good chance of not being impacted by the spell because his wisdom is very high? No, it's just chance.
Yeah.
Either way, I think Paeris sees that he is like going after Gwilla and is like absolutely the fuck not. And I'm just gonna do things kind of the old-fashioned way, and I would like to chuck a flask of oil at him, and I would like to light it with a candle.
Burn, baby, burn.
I don't know how you would handle the damage in this scenario, but I love what's happening. What would you do, Mary Jo?
Why are you asking me? Fucking
Because you're like not a rules lawyer, but you're a
I mean,
rules
if it were me,
consultant.
I would make them roll to hit like a ranged weapon attack. Oh wait, you're next to him.
Yeah.
Never mind. I guess roll to hit like a melee attack. Maybe if you hit, then you get to roll fire damage as improvised weapon, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds
That's
good.
what I would
Sounds
do.
good to me.
So, just
Sorry to put you
So
on
you're
the
gonna
spot.
roll to hit. So 20.
20.
Roll to hit. Add your proficiency because it's an improvised weapon.
And add your power of gay.
Sweet.
So he has lesbian dice.
Let's go, lesbians.
Let's go, lesbians! Why have you failed me in the hour of need?
So in that case, I would say that he gets oil on him, but you aren't fast enough to light it.
Okay, that's fine. So I mean that would be a 7, so that hits, right?
7? What's his AC?
His AC is higher than 7.
Yeah, but like,
Well,
That would-
we're saying that the oil gets on him regardless.
Okay.
The hit is to see if you
Can
are able
also
to light
light
it.
it.
okay, so
So a 7 does not hit.
okay, so I'll use the lighting. I'll hold the lighting for now, and
Right.
in the meantime, I'm just gonna be like, Gwilla, back the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
Backing up.
that's a good idea.
Backing up.
Ellie.
My turn.
Oh yeah, if she backs up, she does take an attack of opportunity.
I did have something planned, so if all else fails, like, I'll be okay, buddy, I promise.
Alright, Ellie.
Okay, I actually just looked it up because I wasn't sure. My constellation forms work the same way as wild shape.
Cool.
Concentration spells do not break while you are in wild shape.
I love that for you.
So I can't actually cast any other spells while that is live. So I am going to.
I don't love that for you.
I am
But
going
you're way over
to.
there, so I doubt they'll.
That's true too. I could call it off, but
You probably could, because by the time I've got 2 ideas, and depending on which one I use, they'll probably die.
All right, fuck it. Turn it off. Turn off the circle of pain. Turn off the pain
I
circle.
love how much thought you guys are putting into your turns, by the way. Like, damn. You guys are on fire.
We're
It's
on
awesome.
Almost like this guy.
Almost like that guy is going to be.
Alright, well in that case, can I cast 2 moonbeams at once, or do I have to wait a turn in between?
You have the fan of reflection, my friend.
Right, but can I use it all at once, or do I have to wait? Do I have to cast 1 now and 1 next turn?
So the fan of reflection makes it 2 beams.
Right, I'm saying can I use both of them on this turn?
Yeah.
Banger.
Because the fan of reflection, I think, is a bonus action.
Banger!
If I wrote that down correctly.
Cool!
I spoil my players sometimes.
5-foot radius. So that's a 4 square. There's 1.
Get him.
And I think I'm gonna put the other one right here for now, and I'll move it later if I gotta.
Now, is it instantly active? Do they take damage this turn?
They do.
Ooh.
They have to roll a Constitution saving throw.
The first one failed.
Cool.
The second one absolutely failed.
Rad.
And the third one made it.
Alright, chill. So that's D10, so 2 D10. Oh wait, I have 3rd level spells, right?
Yeah.
Make that 3d10. 9. 12. 15 points of radiant damage. Or 7 points of radiant damage to the guy that made it.
But that's double because of radiant, right?
Blown to smithereens.
Death by movie. So what does the other guy take?
He takes half that.
Which
so
is
7.
7? All right.
7?
He's still up.
Yeah.
Are skeletons vulnerable to radiant damage?
They are.
Yeah, that's what I said.
They're undead.
Times 2.
Oh, that other guy's dead too.
Wipe them out.
This poor guy in the water is gonna like surface and just be like, where the fuck is
Gonna give him flare. He's gonna be like,
Yeah, is that your turn?
Yeah.
That was awesome. So question. If I were to hypothetically set this guy on fire, and I used a melee action to do it, would I get hurt and would they get hurt?
Yeah, probably.
How badly, do you know?
I can't tell you how badly your friends would get hurt. You'd probably be fine.
Okay. In that case then, I could have done, I could do a flame thing, but I don't want to hurt my friends.
keep in mind, guys, I have something I can cast while my guardian is also attacking him.
Right.
Hit, so he might. I don't know.
Let's see. So I'm going to be fun and just use Eldritch Blast and attempt to launch Chiggins again.
Eldritch Blast is a fire-based spell, correct?
It's force.
Okay. Okay. So in that case, I won't let it ignite anything. You're welcome.
What about this guy?
Nah, I want to take care of him first, if we can. So I'm going to hit. Does a 14? Oh wait, no, it's that plus my spell attack bonus. Does a dirty 21 hit?
Yeah.
And does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay. Well, that's still okay. So we've got 10 again.
This is excellent, you guys. Wow.
3.
In house.
Yep, 3 plus, because of, actually, let's see. So 3 plus my charisma modifier, which is plus 4 is 7. And then on top of that, I've got the damage from Radiant Soul, which is extra radiant damage to one target, which equals my level, which is 7, but it's doubled, right?
Your radiant damage is doubled.
So that'd be a total of 21.
Okay. He's getting toasty. Alright.
Willa, it's all you. Bardic Inspiration, and you get.
Guys, that's so good. I'm so proud.
And with Willa specifically. Yeah, so she's gotta have, let's see. Yep. You get 5 temporary hit points. And I can actually do it based on my charisma modifier, so I'll give them to Paeris and whoever is there as well. I think that's all I can do.
That's a figment of your imagination. That's a figment of Gwilla's imagination.
That's Paeris.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Paeris do the 10 hit points too. The 5.
Wow. Alrighty.
All right. Well, in this instance, how close would you say, or like how far away would you say I am from Paeris? Is that more than 10 feet, or is that just 10 feet?
That's just 10.
Okay. And what I'm gonna have happen in this moment is from when he struck Gwilla, she's going to stumble back with her guardian. I'm gonna have him mimic my movements. 5 feet with the guardian.
Alright. He's gonna take an attack of opportunity because you're moving out of his thing.
If you move out of melee range, you have to take an attack of opportunity. What you can do, it's just he'll get an extra turn on you, basically.
I'm wondering if I should like rethink this for a second. I'm trying to avoid
Because he
Zoe
can miss.
What were you trying to
getting
do?
hit with what I'm gonna do.
The other thing is that he's probably, from what Rhea
He
said,
can't move on his turn.
Whatever you hit me with is going to be halved. I have uncanny dodge, so I'm fairly sure that still applies. Even if I'm not, it's not my turn, I'm fairly sure that would still apply if I can see him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rogues are great.
will,
Well, it would have to, otherwise it's useless.
Yeah.
I dodge on my turn after it happens.
True. Good point.
okay, then I will take that into account of what I know about you. And I will, in this instance, release kind of a draconic scream of pain and unleash Shatter at him.
Ooh.
And at the same time, my guardian is going to take another attack, and they can only deal up to 20 more points of damage since they dealt the 20 plus the extra 20 because of the...
Now, does the guardian do the damage on your turn or the enemy's turn?
That, it doesn't really
I think it's
clarify.
the enemy's turn.
Okay, then probably the enemy's turn.
So we'll
say that then, because it didn't clarify on the
Why
card.
does it matter?
Because the damage wouldn't be hitting him right now. Because it's not the enemy's turn, it's Gwilla's turn.
Right, but whether it happens now or later, it's the same round, so why does it matter?
It does matter.
I don't think it would be the same round though, because
No, yeah,
Alright, never mind, whatever.
It's not because he's top of the turn, so
Oh yeah, the master is the top.
Never mind, I was wrong.
Then he'll be coming up. I'll unleash Shatter at him. So in this case, it was in 10 feet of range, and he's going to... I'm reading through this real quick. He has to make a Constitution saving throw, and whoever it's directed at will take 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much the damage on a successful one.
He got a 16.
Does
Does that make your spell save?
Oh, I'm trying to remember what my spell save is.
Are you casting with cleric? Or-
Yes, it's with cleric.
So Beer with some, so your spell save is 14.
Okay.
So it's
He got a success.
Okay, so it's halved.
And what's the radius? Just because I'm not sure if Paeris or myself will be in that radius or not.
You are not in the radius. Paeris potentially may be in that radius, but you would feel the vibration. It's a 10-foot radius. So D8. I don't have the D8 in my head. I don't think. Okay, I'll roll 3 and then half it. So roll 8. 1. 2.
11.
So
Round down and round up.
It's usually round,
Run down. So it's 10?
What?
No, it was
No,
11 total,
11.
so it'd be 5
5.
damage.
Oh, because we're that's not it halved. I understand.
yes, so 5 damage.
So 5 damage. Cool. Man, that's not nothing. That's not
No,
nothing.
better than nothing.
Okay. Is that your turn, my dear?
I feel like I would like that wasn't a bonus. That was just a regular action, and it's instantaneous. So I'd like to think of bonus action because I didn't move still yet either.
Granted, if you do move, you'll take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm keeping stance there.
So what can you do as a bonus action?
I'm trying to figure that out. I don't really have any out that are bonus based right now.
So don't take.
Oh, did you take that damage?
I did not. Was it 5?
It was 5.
But you dodged. Did you uncanny
But I
dodge?
do uncanny dodge it. I'll just make it like 3.
No, wait, because it's halved because he failed.
Okay.
It's halved for you anyway. So you get 5 too.
Okay. I just basically just lose the temporary hit points, and that's fine.
Wow, temporary. Okay.
Then do a bonus attack of like a regular like, or is that an action?
That's an action, I'm afraid.
Okay, I can't. I'm still learning what is considered a bonus action and what is not.
Okay, we're happy to teach. I think that was a great turn.
Okay, we'll just leave it there.
It is now the baddie's turn, and by baddies I mean 1. And he comes out of the lake just barely. And the master goes, "Get over here, you idiot!" He used up all his movement, and that's all he can do.
Bless him.
It's now Nameless's turn. Don't worry, I got it. I can do things 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Wait, he's flanked. So everything against him should have advantage.
Come hit me, little guy.
Everything against him should have advantage.
Turtle boy.
Oh, It's a little too late though, because I can't remember
I understand.
all of the things. I'm sorry, fam. Well, it's to hit, right? It's not the damage.
No.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So going forward.
Going forward, things to hit have advantage on him. My apologies. It is now the master's turn. And he's gonna go from you to Paeris.
Does he do the thriller hands? Like
Wait, does the Night Guardian get turned? Or
can I see the guardian thing again? This is confusing me. Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet. He has not moved.
lame?
So the stationary doesn't take damage?
Don't think so.
I don't know. It doesn't really specify stuff like that. Maybe it's left up to the DM's discretion.
The first time on a turn must succeed. Okay. Is it every turn? Seems kind of crazy.
No, it's not every turn. The Guardian of Faith only gets up to 60 points of damage that it can deal, and then it disappears.
Okay.
So it's basically dealt him 40 last time because of the Radiant effect.
Right, so he has 20 left he could potentially do.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't move, so I'm gonna say technically he's not gonna take damage. But if he does move from that spot, then the Guardian will be active. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Alright, Paeris, are you ready?
Oh, I was born ready.
16 again? No.
That doesn't hit.
Paeris is just like, hello, ugly.
Does a 16 hit?
Just barely. Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, I take it back.
8. Whoa, that is not the dice I wanted to. Alright, 9, 3, and 11. Okay, that's 23 Howie damage for you. He just.
Paeris is just gonna be like, hi ugly 1 second, and then thoroughly beat it up. Just like,
Can you use uncanny dodge again?
I can.
Ooh!
No.
So then it's halved. So it's round down, it's 11.
Not bad.
Paeris is just gonna be like, youch! I take it back, God!
Alright, it is now Paeris' turn.
So I'm going to try a thing, and we'll see how it goes.
Alright.
I love when you try things.
I'm gonna try another thing. Thank you, I appreciate that.
It's still covered in oil.
Yeah.
What do you get?
Did you get 20?
That was a 16 plus the 3 for the proficiency bonus,
Cool.
which gives me a dirty 20.
Yeah. That hits.
And I'm going to cast Puppet on him.
Ooh.
What does that do?
Ooh.
Your gesture forces one humanoid you can see within range to make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target must move up to its speed in a direction of your choice.
He got a 4.
I was hoping it was that. Okay,
So where's he going?
I'm also going to use Cunning Action, use my bonus action, and this allows me to use an object, and I'm going to use the candle. And so I can just I'm just gonna say what happens if it worked. Paeris is gonna be like, ow, but I have a response. And he's gonna use the candle and light him on fire, and using Puppet, they're just gonna be like, bye-bye, and send him flying over towards this boy.
Yay!
Oh my god. And because he moved, he takes the 20 damage.
So they're like,
And just a big explosion.
So it's radiant damage on top of fire damage on top of a guy who just came out of like and they're burning to a crisp together. Roll me fire damage? I'm gonna say let's make that 1d6.
1d6.
So the square boy.
Square boy, thank you.
Such a series of unfortunate events. For
3.
Three. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Doesn't matter how much you got with the fire damage. That radiant damage destroyed him. He is gone. The master, gone. This guy, no. Oh, I'm on fire.
I picture him just be like falling into pieces because he just got hit basically with a turtle bowling ball.
Yeah.
He's like, he's having a bad day. I kind of want to like see if we can persuade him onto our side. Like, go back for him.
It is now Ellie's turn.
Can I use 2 moonbeams on the same guy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use 2 moonbeams on the same guy. Okay. Would you like to roll your constitution? Okay.
Put him out of his misery.
Just die already.
And done. Great job.
Yay! That was so fun. I'm so glad that worked out.
That was amazing. And what was so cool about that battle was we all had a really cool moment.
Yes, and everybody was so smart. Everybody was like, okay, my thing can help your thing, and your thing can help my thing, and let me add to that. That was excellent teamwork. And just
awesome.
thinking on your feet. Wow, using your environment too. Real quick, you get some spoils.
Okay.
So Nameless goes, wow. And I thought I was efficient.
Kurt's just like, I'm so proud of us.
Lilith's wings just kind of disintegrate, and then she just very gracefully just kind of floats down.
Lovely.
I killed 3 people.
Great job.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad, I don't think.
Now I see why y'all reek of destiny.
I will say that it felt kind of odd because that was my father's old master, but
It wasn't really him, though. I have a feeling he wouldn't have done that to you. You know what I mean?
no.
It seemed just a little fucked up.
The curse probably fucked him up a little bit. But regardless, I want to thank you all and give you some presents.
What would we die?
He uses he too.
Alright, Jennifer, so.
It's interchangeable.
Cool.
I can't remember which specific ones I listed last time as the items that were on display.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna give you the ones that I think.
Oh, so-
you wrote them down. Awesome. Which ones were they? Thank you, Zoe.
Let me see. So, an uni, which I guess is a bow, a katana, the kokeshi dolls, the tohori, the big sake bottle, which is the big sake bottle, a few Japanese flutes. Or wait, no. I think it's called a flute or something. It's a Japanese flute with charms, a festival lantern, and I think that's it.
You know what? I forgot. I also wrote it down on the back of the paper.
You know, if there's anything you guys see, you get one. Just don't tell nobody. So, it was the few, right? There's a few of fortune.
What does that do?
The person playing it can choose one target to compel to give them 1d6 copper. The target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or of 14 or higher to resist being compelled.
Okay.
There's the Kokeshi of Comfort. It is a tiny wooden doll that may not appear to be very impressive aside from its detailed paint job at first. However, should the user break its head and say Takashi Mete, which means hug me, a spirit of a maiden will emerge and act as a comforting presence to the target casting the spell, Calm Emotions. But the doll can only be used once.
Okay.
There's another Kokeshi doll, the helpful Kokeshi. Same deal, but when you break its head and say Tasukete, which means help me, a spirit of a female warrior will emerge and act as a spiritual weapon to the user during combat. Can only be used once as well. What were the other things I said? The Yumi, right?
The uni, the katana, and did you say the festival lantern already? With the flickering blue flame?
I did not describe the lantern yet. So the Yumi is when firing from this bow, the arrow will become enchanted with Phoenix Fire and do an additional 3+ fire damage on a successful hit. I thought you might like that one. The Festival Lantern. On first appearance, this seems like a festival lantern with a flickering blue flame. However, should someone holding it or an ally be brought to 0 hit points exactly, the light inside will emerge as a wisp and go into the fallen and bring them back with 1 hit point.
Aww. Very cool.
And then there's the Katana of Dance. This blade is not sharpened, it is merely for decoration. However, when a dance is performed with this blade, the user can choose one target in range to charm by casting the spell Irresistible Dance. The sword only has 2 charges of this before it is no longer enchanted. And I think that's it. Oh no, wait, the Tokori. That's the last one. The Tokori of the Mist. When opened, the Tokori bottle will release a thick mist, thus casting the spell Fog Cloud, but it can only be used once.
I would like the fog bottle.
You want the fog bottle?
The fog bottle.
The Tokori of Mist is yours.
Fog bottle.
Okay, we'll take, what was the first?
The first Kokeshi doll? The Kokeshi of Comfort? Yeah. Okay, good job.
I will take the festival lantern because I am squishy.
You're taking the what?
The festival lantern.
The Wisp Lantern. It is yours.
Thank
The
you.
glass cannon.
Yep.
How many hit points you got?
I got 60 total.
60?
Yeah.
I have 48. Get out of here.
What? How do you... Damn. How about you, my friend?
I can't decide if I want the flute or the bow. You guys both sound good. Does the uni give you the bow? Does that give you infinite fire?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one.
Excellent choices, fam.
Oh, I would also really love to. Any skeletons? I would like to take their teeth.
Oh, yes. So there was, I believe, 6 baddies.
Okay.
Not including the master. So raise your hand if you want to loot a baddie.
I want to loot the master, but I don't know if he disintegrated or how that worked.
You can loot the master, but we'll do you after these guys. So roll 1d6 for each one that you want to take copper from, and roll 1d4 for each one you want to take teeth.
Are we doing that 3 times? 2 times?
So if you are looting 2 bodies,
That's 2d4, right?
so if you're using copper for both bodies, you can't loot 1 body for both teeth and copper. You have to pick 1. So if you wanted to, you could be 1 body's gonna be for copper and 1 body's gonna be for teeth.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep, so we just pick 1 and 1 for each.
And then before, if there's a story thing, it's going to happen with Gwilla and the Master. I have here that dream threads can be acquired by exploring the world. Would there happen to be any here?
I want you to roll a wisdom check and see if you can see it.
Yeah, just because I know that I think there was some sort of fae activity or sleeping. Let's see, wisdom. Just flat wisdom?
Yep.
15.
All right, so you do see some. Roll me a d4 to see how many you find.
1.
Awesome.
Is it okay if I roll for, would it be perception if I want to check,
Oh, you want to investigate his body, right?
I want to see if there's something on the remnants of him that I can bring back to my father.
There is a sash. You can just take that.
Okay. Take the stash.
You take the stash. There's also beads, prayer beads, and he has the on the prayer beads. It's the symbol of Sujin.
Okay.
So in life, he was a cleric and a monk of Sujin, but in his undeadness, he could not use his cleric abilities because he was overtaken by the curse. Just to explain it. It is.
What was his name again?
You never got his name. You just know his name was Master.
Wait.
We never got his name. We just beat the shit out of him.
Didn't even have the common decency. Ask a man his first name before you kill him. Yep, a second time.
Wait, I had it ready. Where did it go?
Is
It
any
was
of you taking
Speak
the
with
fire
Dead.
berries?
Oh yeah, I'll grab fireberries.
For sure. Can I have
I'm
extras?
just gonna look it up.
Roll a d6. What'd you get?
What?
That's one more than you had before.
That's true.
Listen, they hurt to pick.
These lesbian dice are like giving me a hard time. They're like, no.
It's the gay panic.
Apparently.
Is it possible to cast this on him, or is he in a state that would work?
No, I'll allow it.
What is it?
She wants to speak with Dead.
Cool. They can answer up to 5 questions. Can they?
5 questions.
And they're not really like aware of themselves necessarily. They just kind of come back for a second to like answer the questions, right?
I forget, are they yes or no questions? Or is it just regular questions?
It says, until the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew.
Okay, cool.
Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it,
Gotcha.
or if it recognizes you as an enemy.
Cool.
Before we do that, was Paeris the one picking berries, or was Lilith also trying to pick berries?
You were also, so roll me 1d4.
Oh, come on, I also got a 1.
I want to try.
Alright.
We're just like reaching in and just being like, oh, this isn't gonna be so bad.
I got 5.
Oh, and then Ellie's like,
It's a d4.
Oh, it's a 4. I thought it was a 6. Sorry.
Oh boy.
That'd be so funny though. Ellie over here.
3.
Okay,
yeah, fine. It's because she has the tree arm.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Trees like better.
Are there any fairies around? Anything like that?
You can use your wisdom saving throw. See?
Make a wisdom save or just roll wisdom?
Roll wisdom.
16.
Yeah, there's some fairies hanging out, chilling. There's a lot of fiery looking fairies hanging in the berry tree.
Cool.
They're dancing. I sort of think of the labyrinth. Jump down with
Oh, God.
the
Ellie like takes one look and is like, no.
I don't know. I feel like I want to give them something. They're fire. Can I say I have like a cool stick in my bag?
Yeah.
Can I give them a cool stick?
They're gonna tell you to leave it at the base of the tree.
I'm gonna do it.
And
Sorry.
it catches on fire when they touch it. So everybody else just sees the stick catch on fire for some reason.
Wow.
And they're dancing around it. They're like, yeah!
Well, Ellie, did you learn a new spell?
No, there are a bunch of little fire guys dancing around.
Faye?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm confused.
Are you gonna ask some questions?
Yeah, I wrote 5 questions down real quick.
Well, you're sort of summoning the spell and using the staff to summon him. You see him rise spiritually out of the corpse, and he's sort of in front of the statue of Sujin, just like legs crossed on the water as if it was ground. And he looks very peaceful, and he opens his very beady eyes at you and cranes his very long turtleneck.
Would he see me as a threat because I assisted in killing the corrupted form of him?
No.
Okay, good. Well, first off, because it's important, I'm going to come over and be like, I never even asked you, but what was your name?
My name is Yui.
Oh,
Bless.
write it down.
Thank you, and I hope you use it. Some people just call me master. Feels wrong.
Can we all hear this?
Yes, you can all see this happening, but only she can ask the questions.
And if you don't mind speaking a little bit louder, just because I couldn't really hear your response.
My name is Yui.
I will use it wisely. I have someone important who would like to probably relive the memory of your name. How did you meet a half-drow named Valkyrie?
Ooh. Him and his silly king came to Cerulean Falls with the newlywed wife of the king, the queen. And Val, unlike the king, was hoping to form good relations. So through the grapevine, he tried to essentially find a leader figure that people looked up to, and for some reason they point to me. I don't know what's going on. But that's how we met, and he started calling me master, and I just let it happen. Because he's a silly man. It's very hard to get him to change his mind.
Agreed. Well, thank you for sharing that. I'm also curious, what was the last thing you said to him?
Sorry, I'm Marina. I have to think about that. That's a good question. Damn. Well, I just said I'll see you tomorrow. Stop by for tea.
Oh.
I didn't know I was going to die the next day. Otherwise, I would have said, "You idiot, get your life together." But,
I feel like Gwilla would get kind of choked up at the line, "See you for tea." Like, I don't know, something about that just kind of hits her differently.
Yeah.
Well, outside of your relation with him, what was something that made you happiest in life?
The little ones. They're so funny. They're the wisest among all of us. They know what's up. It is when we are older and we go through these silly systems that people try to teach us what life is about, but they don't know anything. Life is way more simpler than they make it seem. It's when we are young, we are new, and we are fresh that we are the wisest. Because we see the world for what it truly is and not through somebody else's impressions.
I always knew it as your child self knew you best. Glad to share that mindset. I see where I got it from now. The last question might be hard to answer, but who took your life?
That would be the king and his men. I tried to stop them from building the dam.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But yet I've never really understood the mind of someone who had little empathy to begin with.
I think... No, he was a big jerk. He was probably the most hurt, sad, and alone man I've ever met.
Oh, thank you. I'll pass on your good graces.
Thank you.
To my father.
Can I ask a question?
Only she can ask the questions to him.
Can I ask questions? Okay.
Sorry. That's how the spell works.
That's fine.
Non-game related, game related, but not in in-game related question. When talking about the King of the Damned, that was of course referring to the King of Hollows' father, not the King of Hollows himself.
Yes. That was the most sad, lonely soul this wise old turtle had seen in centuries.
Gotcha.
So not Val's son, but
Cadmus's illegitimate dad.
yes.
Cool.
The real king. Tell that old beanpole to wake up.
I think he finally has.
Good. I'll be watching him.
I'll tell him you said that.
So to wrap up this interaction with Yui, usually spirits go into your lantern, Gwilla, to pass on. But you see he's having trouble going into the lantern. And then he looks sort of past you all. Oh, it's you. Am I really leaving this time? You promised me last time. Yes. And you all turn to see Death herself.
She just appears in the cavern. It's like, oh.
I would like a hug, please.
Who are you asking?
Death.
Do you just say I would like a hug?
Every time I've seen Death, I've gotten a hug.
She slowly turns to you. You always have to hug me. If we hug you, you will be lost to this world.
Oh, well, I did it last time.
Yes,
Now
you
I've
hugged us last.
Now I feel like it's a thing, so
Go
I'm gonna do it.
do it.
I do it.
This is very nice. We accept your hug and wish we could return. And she sort of puts the chin on top of your head.
Is squish.
But if you like kiss someone on the forehead, they're gonna be fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless it's their time.
Okay. Good to
Tuck her up!
On the crow save.
No, this is Yui.
Oh.
Come on. Her feathers ruffle, and she leans over. It's good to see you, old friend. And kisses him on the forehead while embracing him, and he goes into her wings and passes on.
Does it get easier?
Beyond us. Beyond death. That is a choice that the spirit makes, whether they know it or not.
So you can choose where you end up?
It's a little more complicated.
I see.
The curse gives no one a choice.
Well, we have a little girl's birthday to be getting to, so maybe we should carry on.
Before we do that, I do have a question. I'm sorry to pause you, Paeris.
One.
What's the difference between passing through you and being able to pass into the lantern? Why couldn't he go into the lantern?
We've been waiting to greet him a very long time.
Oh. You missed him.
We've flirted. Only in jest, as old friends. Turtles live so long, they tease us very much. So do elves. Turtles more so.
Ellie over here like, no.
For the listeners, Ellie flipped off.
I didn't actually.
He wasn't very flipping off on that, Ellie.
But it'd be funny.
It would be funny.